Graduating high school is a pretty big accomplishment for a younger person growing up. It's probably the first big accomplishment you're going to have in your long life. Me personally, leading up to graduation, I feel like my class, we almost had a buffer because my entire senior year, it was during COVID, so I had it all online. So I never really got the true senior experience, but I still can talk about it and hopefully inspire some advice on what really nobody tells you after high school is over. The biggest thing for me personally is just the scatter of people overall, right? You have, people, they start working the summer after they graduate high school. People start working after high school immediately. That summer, I know I did. I started working at a liquor store, just making easy cash, trying to save up for a car, yada, yada, yada. And leading up to that September, a lot of people start going to colleges, trade schools, people start growing up a little more, and for me personally, it was overall just how quickly everybody kind of just stopped talking to each other. Older classes have told me, like, yeah, this is a big thing that just happens. Everyone just kind of stops talking to each other, and I can tell you 4 years after graduating high school, I talked to maybe about 3 people that I graduated high school with. And this is not scare bait, this is not to scare you, but this is true. The people that you're hanging around right now, if you're still in high school, you're a senior, junior, whatever, the people that you're hanging out with right now, you probably won't talk to them, or if you do, it'll be very little, and then you guys just kind of naturally drift apart. It's just kind of what happens when you get older. Another big thing that I recognized is, like, people are on, like, different scales. Like, some people, they immediately go to college, they're immediately getting their life together, and then other people, they kind of get stuck in that they're still a kid, and that they haven't really grown up. Like, they graduated high school, they've done it all, but they haven't mentally graduated to adulthood yet. And it's from ages 18 to 22, you can see who really has their stuff together and who is really struggling to kind of grow up, essentially. And everybody's different, and I'm not clowning anybody, I'm just pointing out another thing that I've seen. And with so many of people not talking to each other after high school anymore, like I said, if you're a senior or junior right now, do everything that's fun. Like, even if it's going to make you a little uncomfortable, even if it's around people that you really don't know, if there's something after school that you seem semi-interested in, just do it. You never know where it's going to go. And you're only going to have this one real big opportunity to really be around a whole bunch of people your age and be able to communicate with older people like teachers, principals, and all that to kind of gain insight. You're really only going to have this one time in your life unless you go to college. And even then, high school is a lot more different than college, and like, you guys are all from the same area, you all grew up together, you all are on the same streets, you all do the same work. College is like, everyone's from different areas. So high school is your one big opportunity to really socialize with the people that you live around, and overall just get a gauge on what you're interested in. I would not shame any kind of activities or sports. That's another big thing is that I wanted to talk about, is if you're struggling, like if you're graduating high school, this summer, next summer, whatever, and you're nervous, the number one thing I would tell you to do is set up for your future now. If you can somehow do volunteer work that is going to make your college resumes a little better, if you can get into like a workshop for trades, do that now while you're young. Any kind of thing that you can kind of do now to start the building blocks, do it now. Don't wait until after high school and then you're just sitting in a house all summer and you really don't know what to do. I would set the foundation now so that you can get ahead. You can maybe, get a really good college resume, and then you're able to go to a college that you want to go to for a degree. Same thing with trade schools, same thing. Try to get into a shop, try to get into a little, I know Home Depot was doing like a little shop program for adults and students. I've seen that was pretty cool. I was looking into that. I would not overall waste your time on reminiscing high school. I knew for me, I really just wanted to get it done, and I had plenty of friends. I did good in school, but I really wanted to get to adulthood and start getting my life together. Right out of high school, like I said, I was working at a liquor store, and in 6 months after high school, I was able to buy my own car. I had a car that my parents gave me. It was a hunk of junk, piece of crap, but it did its job, and I wanted a new car. That was my first big goal, was getting a new car, and I didn't waste any time. I think that's what a lot of people do after high school, is they waste a lot of time. You know, you're coming out of 4 years of just being a kid and kind of being coddled, and a lot of people, when they get thrown into adulthood, it's hard. It is hard, but I mentally was sharp enough to realize that, you know, once I get out of here, I gotta do something. I can't just sit around. So naturally, I said, about 6 to 8 months after I was finished high school, got my license, got my brand new car, paid it off completely. I don't have a car payment to this day, and I still have the car. Car runs great, but that's because I just didn't waste my time. After that, I kind of moved on to a different job, construction job, and from that job, I started investing in the stock market. I have money in the stock market now. Like I said, I didn't waste time. If there was one big thing that I was told by people that were older than me, elders, whatever you want to call it, just don't waste time. At least try. So, got my new car, got money in the stock market. I'm doing good because I didn't waste my time. As always, comment sections are always open on these type of videos. I know they're very broad. I know there's a whole bunch of people that listen to me that are from different audiences, so feel free to put in the comments what you're thinking, what your thoughts are, any advice for people coming out of high school, any advice for people that are in high school. Be free to put them in the comments.